Good evening, guys. Most of what I had to said, I have said. So I'll just reiterate a few points today. Meanwhile, if you have any queries, you may ask me. Oh, I had some video to show you. I'll show you in the end. Now, this is just the mood right now. You have to start your preparation, at least the 2025 children. You have to now spend maximum time on your preparation. So if this is the mood, if you can show me a thumbs up. So this slide was supposed to be stress reduction. Is your stress reduced after looking at the slide? Hmm. So this is the moral of the story. The next slide. If your friends and family want to know when you will be free, what will be your answer? Can you see the answer here? Sorry. So this is going to be your answer, children. You can save this and now this can be your standard answer and you can share with them. Yes, that's the day you will become a lawyer. Your graduation day, you are a lawyer. Of course, you need to give the bar exam afterwards. Now we keep saying that, we need reading skills, reasoning skills for CLAT. But remember that the last two skills are what we forget every time. And what are these last two skills? Decision making and flexibility and adaptability. So you got stressed, your exams came in, you got stressed that your timetable for CLAT got disturbed because of the exams, isn't it? But remember, this is how life and your college and everything else was going to be. You will constantly be fighting for time. You will have your MUN. You will have your college exams. You will not get funding. You will have to sponsor some fest. You will be heading a fest. So it'll constantly be a pressure for your time, right? And that's where your decision making, flexibility, and adaptability has to come in. Some of you were able to prioritize your CLAT. Some of you had to give school exams, were not able to prioritize CLAT. So those were the decisions you made. Now you have to deal with those decisions and you have to accept those decisions. Now those are made. And you cannot be rigid in your thoughts that, okay, now my time is lost. What will I do? No. Now, with the time that you have in hand, you have to start now. You have to again put yourself in restart mode. That's where your flexibility, that's where your adaptability will come in. Be flexible because again, you might have, your school might ask you to come in for something. So if things are not in your control, you must pause, deal with it, come back, rejoin. Don't think about the time that got lost. Just move on and make do with the time that you have. This the last two are very important, and these two things are going to be visible during the CLAT exam for you also. While you are taking the CLAT exam, you have to be flexible. The best option is not there. Now, what do? You have to be flexible, deal with the four options that are in front of you and choose an answer. You can't skip too many questions. You have to make decisions there. Okay, I have to do this question. You have to take some risks because you are expecting a fabulous result. So that result cannot just happen by making mediocre decisions and giving up. So right now, because you're hard pressed for time, you have to deal with certain things and then come back and jump into your preparation. You have to tell yourself, okay, this is beyond me. Never mind, let me deal with it. I have to now jump back into my preparation. And whenever you are able to prioritize CLAT, because you have just under 70 days left now, not even 68. Today is all gone. So just be flexible, and things that are not in your control, don't take stress about it. Just try to stay cool, collected, and calm, because on the day of CLAT also, the best decisions are going to be made when you are cool, collected, and calm. So remember, you are in the CLAT now. You are in that exam now. That exam is not happening on first. It's happening from now. Because how you spend these 67 days, the kind of mental space you are in will decide the 1st of December. The exam has already begun. It's now about who will keep nerves and who will change that nervous energy into stress energy and who will change that nervous energy into more productive energy. So that has begun today. It began probably a week ago. So now let's just start keeping our wits about ourselves. And this attitude will be reflected on that day. So if you are taking stress today and you are not able to convert that stress into efficiency, then on that day also chances are you will succumb. So start by talking to yourself positively in the morning and telling yourself, never mind, if some things do not go my way, I will still try to make the most of the time that I have. And this positivity will reflect in your CLAT paper and in your score once the scores are released. Because a cool, collected, and calm mind will make the best decisions. So this is what we are going to call the balancing act. So for 2026, that's 6 to 8 hours a week at the moment. But definitely for 2025, it is going to be 6 to 8 hours a day. Make sure that you are revising the work that you are doing in classes. Revision of what is happening in class is the best way to keep pace with the preparation. Remember, even now, whatever sessions are happening are ensuring that you are covering the most important topics and questions. So if you are struggling with time, just revising what is going on in the class is the best way forward. Of course, 2026 children have to constantly keep working on their fundamental books. Right? Definitely, you are a part of a great classroom program. Your study and guide are already decided in the program that you are participating in. It's there on your session plan. It's there in the way the class sheets are given and structured. You are already in the midst of the best possible group in terms of competition and colleagues. So all you have to do is pick up and start. Your sheets are with you. Your revision sheets are going on and they are with you. If you are confused anytime, just pick up the last week's sheet and revise all the topics. The study planner has been given to you as well. So don't try to make up things on your own. Just participate and plug into the system. Pick up your last week's revision sheet, start going, your momentum will be made. Just open the planner, your momentum will be made. So you have to just plug into the system, children. The system has already designed the best possible path for you. You just have to open your Google Maps and just follow the arrows. So for 2025 children, I'll just tell you the pointers you have to ensure. And then individually, we can connect on email or on call, or you can talk to your mentors and ensure these points are happening. Work, revise your work every day, as I said. Try to do some kind of testing every day, full length or sectional. For some students who have been in touch with me, some of you have been advised only to do mock analysis and not any new tests. So you stick to that. But in general, try to do some testing in the hours of 2 to 4 every day. Analysis should happen every alternate day. If it is not happening, that means your analysis is poor and hence your score is stagnant. And fix time slots for revising and doing GK. So go over this. If you have any questions on this, I will be happy to answer. Six to 8 hours a week for 2026 students. If this list is clear to everyone, give me a thumbs up, please. If your scores are stuck, chances are your analysis is not up to the mark. Then I recommend not doing any more mocks for this week and analyzing the existing ones. You can, after the LMS, you do the class sheet and then finish the topic from the black book. So testing is for those who are struggling with finishing the paper, struggling with number of questions, struggling with balancing 3 reading sections and scoring in them. But those who are stuck with marks, they have to pause their testing and do an everyday analysis. My suggestion is put a test in the middle, 2 to 4. Before the test, either analyze a previous test or do GK, and after the test also do GK. Anya Gupta, you have to sit and analyze option by option every mock. So instead of doing new mocks, start redoing old mocks as section tests or as full length tests and analyze them. Yes, you can, Ananya, attempt the sectional tests. Don't shy away from asking for help. Staying away from unsolicited advice. This unsolicited advice can come from any quarter, people who are preparing, aunts and uncles who seem to know a lot about this paper. Remember, the only advice that has to come from us, not from anywhere else. Because nobody is in this situation with you other than us. So you have to. Yes, Angela, you can fix up 1 day for previous year papers or 2 days. So when I say testing, I mean previous year papers also. So 2 days for mocks, 2 days for previous year papers, 2 days for sectional tests. So you can divide it 2 days like this. Yes, Vaishnavi, I actually started by talking about decision making and prioritizing. And if you have no control over it, then accepting the situation, and making most of your time. CLAT and ALET prep does not have to be managed separately, Bhumika. You have to. It's a part of the same thing. So you can just do, two CLAT mocks and one ALET mock in a week. It is one and the same thing in terms of fundamentals and skills. The only thing is testing is the sections are different. Of course, you can cut down on things that are non-essentials. Screen time can cut down. You can, of course, meet family and friends for a few hours every week. Spend time with your family after your day is done, because that they will bring sanity to you. But try to stay away from all other sources. Nobody can help you better than your mentors who are in it with you. Nobody can help you better than those people who are participating in this process, maybe your parents or your siblings and your mentors. So just try to ask help from these quarters. Trying to get new sources, trying to get new people involved in this process is not a good idea at the moment. Right? So maximum time you have to spend with yourself and your mocks. Maximum time. And you have to prioritize certain things. If you can skip certain exams, or if you can just go and give the exam and focus on CLAT, maybe you can do the exam better after CLAT is over, because this is not the last exam you are giving in terms of your school exams. Then please try to do it. Right? This is what I'm talking about, Priyanshi. I'm answering your question. You can send me your doubts. There is a doubt group on Telegram. Alafia, please join the doubt group on Telegram. Arun, the only way you can stop the mock score from going down is asking yourself, are you doing these things that I have just written? Please note this down. I have changed the slide, and ask yourself how much of this you are doing regularly. Because this is the only plan that you have to follow. Just join the Telegram doubt group. You can email on help and they will add you, or they can send you the link. Right? It's the CLAT Possible Doubt Forum on Telegram. Right? So the email IDs are here. You can email me at Surabhi at Possible Education, or you can email help at Possible Education. All right. So for exams, I have just answered many times all those who have asked me about exams. As I said, if you can work around the exams, great. Otherwise, just give yourself a timetable once your exams are over. Maybe for some exams, you can just go and write the exam. Don't worry about your score, because right now this needs you more than anything. So I'm giving you lots of options. But that decision making has to come from your quarter. But if that is not possible, never mind. However, what I want to end with saying is that this is also just an exam. CLAT is also just an exam. If you deal with it like just an exam, don't give it more importance than what it is. It is an entrance test, but it is not more important than you. You are more important than any exam of this world. So you must remember that. If the exam does not happen today, it will happen tomorrow. There is always going to be a re-exam that you can take, or, an alternate exam that you can take. But you are just you. So never forget that. Sometimes things become overwhelming. If you are able to deal with it, okay. If you are not able to deal with it, then also it is okay. Make some kind of plan B. Again, talk to your mentors, talk about your preparation, and ask them, what can you expect? Of course, that is something that I cannot talk about for everyone on this forum, but you can always have a feedback on genuine expectations with your scores and what are your backups, or can you, are you, or discuss if you can redo the CLAT later on when you have more time. All those options are there. So you come first. So when I am saying decide on your priorities, work on your priorities, I'm not prioritizing CLAT above you. You are the biggest priority. If you can work around your school exams, again, I'm repeating, if you can handle those, maybe you can request for them to be taken later. If they cannot be taken later, you can just go and give them. Don't take too much stress about marks and maybe focus here. And if none of those options can happen, then just work on that. And then once they are over, then fully focus here. So deal with it with the situation, because your situation may be different from others. Yes, Jay, if you can give 2 to 3 hours, that's also okay. But then remember, you have to put in more hours later. But be mature about it. Don't take unnecessary stress and always put yourself first. So I want all of you to write that down in the chat for me, that I come first. Can you please put that down so that none of us forget it in this whole scenario, that you matter the most? And I'm sure if you talk to your parents or your other teachers, on all of the people who matter to you, they are going to say the same thing. So I fully believe in this fact. So you come first, and that's priority. Now that is non-negotiable. Now, if your school exams are negotiable, maybe negotiate those, give time to CLAT. If they are not negotiable, then we deal with them first, and then we give the time to CLAT as and when it is. Right? Shubhashish, I think 2 to 3 hour daily is not going to be enough for now. You may have to put in more hours, because I think 2 hours or 3 hours is only the time that you might need for GK. And if you take a test every day for 1 or 2 hours, that's another 2 hours gone. And analysis will take another 3 hours. So you can do the maths. You have to do the GK of October and November. Yes, that is okay. If you are giving in 2026, then it is okay. Right? All right. So that said, you have the planner. We have all these options in front of us. I do want you to have all these conversations with backup plans so that you are not stressed while you are giving your paper. You understand? You are not stressed while the paper is going on, and you know that there is a backup for you once we, and you have those conversations so that you don't think it's the end of the road. That is something that I don't want any of you to think or believe. It is an exam. We have to deal with it like an exam. Of course, this exam takes us to our college, right? All those who are in 2026, all those who are in 2026, I will talk to you again. Let me talk to 2025. Just 1 minute, children. I'm just getting a call. All right, so let's just try to end this with this video.
Greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day.
Can you all hear me? Hear this? Just show me a thumbs up. Great.
Greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day, workout after workout, obedience after obedience, day after day. But a lot of people, they wish, and they're not willing to work. And I firmly believe you're never supposed to wish for it more than you're willing to work for it. It's always a result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. Don't look for any gains where there's been no sacrifice. Don't wake up and look for no game. Don't look for your game to improve. Don't look for the record to improve. Without sacrifice, there are no gains. If you want to show me you want to win that bad, pack your calendar, because everything is based off of activity. It's mathematically impossible for you not to win at the highest level if your calendar is packed from day till night, every single day, the entire year, day after day after day after day, without you winning. If you decide to drop your buckets where you are and develop your gifts, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you. You got to concentrate your thoughts. Those thoughts have power, but you got to harness it. You got to focus your thinking. You on it, zero in on it, think about it, focus your thoughts. Now, as you do that, you're growing in consciousness, and that will increase your manifesting power. So you've got to work on it. When other folk are having a good time, you've got to have the strength of character to concentrate, to read, to digest information. Everybody wants to prize, but nobody loves the process. Everybody wants to be a champion, but nobody's willing to put in the work that it takes to be a champion. Everybody wants to hold up the trophy and say, man, I did it, but nobody's willing to put in the work that it takes to do it. I love the process. I love the thought of working for what I want. A lion has a different type of appetite. When a lion, like a shark, takes blood, it's dangerous. The 9 to 5 person, they make a sale and they're excited. When you get to my level and you get one thing, then you try to get to the next level, then you try to get to the next level, then you try to get to the next level. A true hunter's goal is not the prize. A true hunter's goal is to hunt. That's what they live for. They live to hunt. They don't just live to catch it. It's the whole process. I get a kick out the weights. I get a kick out of fatigue. I get a kick out of the grind. I get a kick out of it. When you are a true hunter, you don't hunt from 8 to 3. Why? Because the gazelle may not be open from 8 to 3. You hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. And then you get another, and then you get another, and you get another. You got to go all in. It's the process that makes you sweet.
You're not entitled to shit. You're entitled to what you work for, strive for, fight for. And keep fighting with a passion, really with love behind you. And that's your fight, guys. The fire won't go out. The fight will never be too much.
And for some of you, you dream for a while, you get hit in the mouth, you quit and you give up. You stop dreaming. Is your dedication that cheap? Is your level of commitment that cheap to where all it takes is for something not to go the way that I want it to go? And I'm not the same individual, and the level of which I once cared, I no longer care that deep about. Like, is it that cheap? And what I've always wanted to do was be committed beyond circumstance. Meaning it is.
Yes, so this was the part that I wanted to actually show you. Uh, you know, that is an answer to most of your questions. It's not working. I'm not getting the help. My marks are not increasing. That you just have to put in the work every day. So if you have your calendar and if you have the work that you have for every day, small efforts every day, there is not going to be a day that you won't get that result. But ask yourselves, are you putting in that work? Ask yourselves honestly, Are you doing things that are being asked of you? And it has to go on. Even if you see some dips in your marks, if you stop dreaming, if you give up at this stage, then it won't come to you. Just keep doing your bit every day and you will get that result. So if you are in that loop, test, analysis, doubts, then that is the loop that is going to bear result for you. As some of you have exams, I've already shared that with you. Fine, you have your exams, you can't get out of those exams. See if you can work for CLAT, just go and give the exam. If that is also not working, then we don't have much choice. You give your exams the proper way, and then we, whatever time we have, we try to do the CLAT. We discuss backups with our parents and our teachers. We see what we can do, what we can do later, and make a sensible goal. And remember, your goal has to be different from your friend's goal because you two are different people and you two have different skills. So let the goal not be the same in terms of timelines. And we can always, tweak it and customize your goal. Right? So just focus on those parts. You have to focus on black books at the moment, Shubhashish. Your GK will start from next year. That's good to know, Jasmine. Once your exams are over tomorrow, please do that. You might have to give more than 6 to 8 hours, but be ready to work for that. Because if you have backlogs and your analysis are pending, you might have to give more hours. But now, with a single focus, put your head down, spend most time with yourself and then with your mentors, and then add other things to your life. So let's work towards it, children. I have shared with you. Please email me and we can discuss finer points on email. Yes, and that is going to happen. Come for the doubt sessions, do your doubts, and you will see those results. We are starting with the revision series for 2025 called the CP Manthan. And we have this is the plan that we are going to execute in the revision series also. Right? We are going to execute testing analysis in the revision series with GK slots. That is for, at least in the revision series, at least you're working, even if you are wasting time or not working at home, during this time you are working. So from our side, we are ensuring everything is happening at the center so that we are, this will start from 4th after all the exams are over. Right, everyone? So this will ensure that at least the time you are there, you are working. So all the best, guys. I know some of your exams are going on. Email me. I will be happy to chat with you and we will take it on from here. Right? Thank you so much.